early pick 5 was hit as well. Some big balloons last night, a couple of long shots that won nearly paying $100. Two of them, I think, paid in the $90 range. And tonight is an 8-race card. We'll fire right back at them. The carryover to speak of tonight is the single 6, starting in race 3, $10,460 some odd dollars. So just shy of $10,500 in free money in the single 6. That starts in race 3, 20-cent base wager. We'll have a ticket later on in the program. First race kicks off the pick 5, 50-cent pick 5, and I think it's a formful night tonight. It look like there's several horses in tonight that kind of stand out. A couple of races I don't think you have to go very deep to get through. And race number 1, a $15,000 claimer, maiden claimer to go 6.5 furlongs. In this race, I think it's kind of wide open. This is a race you'll probably want to spread if you're playing the pick 5, but I'm going to go with number 7, Money on My Mind. This one stretching out a little bit after showing speed and fading, going at 6 furlongs, stretching out to 6.5 furlongs. Takes a big class, or not a big class drop, but class drop for the $15,000 level. Randy Moore sends this one out. Declan Cannon has the call. Now number 6, Big Island, is a 15-time maiden, but he's always right there. He's the son of Repent, and he's 7 for 15, so almost 50% in the money, and Rodney Prescott has the call. This is another one that should show a little bit of speed. One that won't show speed, I don't think, is to the outside. My third choice, number 8, Press On Regardless. This one has been training right here at Turfway. Hasn't raced since September 29th, but that doesn't bother me. Jamie Grubbs always has her horses ready to fire. This one is 8-1 on the morning line. Well drawn to the outside of the speed. Those horses should send out. Eddie should be able to drop over a little bit, probably sit in just about the second flight, only about 3 or 4 lengths off the lead, and make that big swoop and move, turn it for home. 7-6-8 for me in the opener. Pick 5 starts there in race 1. Remember, just 15% takeout on our pick 5s. Speaking of takeout, low takeout as well on race number 2's pick 4. We have 2 pick 4s every night, races 2 and 5. Second race, a filling mare open claimer. It's a $5,000 claimant event. They'll sprint 5 furlongs, and this is another race I think you'll need to spread. In fact, I'm going to go 5 deep with a pick 4 that I'll give you later on as well. But my top pick is number 9, Drama Run. She's a 4-year-old daughter of Big Drama. Taking a class drop, or last start in the $5,000 level where she was third the time before for 8. She didn't show much other than a speed and fade. It kind of looks like one that may have a little bit of breathing issue, probably. Cuts back to the 5 furlongs. Maybe try to help her out. She's well drawn to the outside. And she is a 4-time synthetic winner. Hasn't raced over the Turfway artificial, but on the synthetic she is 9 for 13 in the money, just shy of $50,000 on the synthetic. Angel Serpa up top for Brett Santangelo. Now number 7, Curious Ruth, hasn't raced since September at Belterra, but is one that shows a affinity for Turfway. We've seen last night a couple of those horses last night that paid double digits. I think there was an $18 and a $15 horse last night that won, that showed they like Turfway. Later on in the program, another one I think went off around a 35 or 40-1, and for Doug Danner that won. That horse had raced 3 times at Turfway prior to last night out of 4 starts, or had won 3 out of 4, and then after last night she's 4 wins from 5 starts. This is another one I'm going to try to throw into that angle. She's 7 for 12, 1, 2, 3, 3 wins from 12 starts, and she's at a track she likes. She's been training very well, shows a good series of works. Mark Thomas will have her ready, and Alvin Jimenez up top. For third, number 6, Case Cracker. George Dill brings this one in from Collinsville, Illinois, and Rodney Prescott up top. This is another one on that same angle. Hasn't raced at Turfway, but loves the synthetic. Check out her stats there. 39 starts on the artificial, 17 wins, 6 places, and 4 shows. So 27 out of 39. Made almost $250,000 on the synthetic. She's 9-2. I'm going to use her as well in race number 2, 9-7-6. For me. That's the early double, the way I see those. We're going to take a little break here, ladies and gentlemen. I ask that you please rise as we honor America with the playing of our national anthem. Good evening once again, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Turfway Park. 28 minutes to the first race, which is at 6:15. 8 races on the card, and the polytrack, of course, is fast. At this time, if you'll take out your racing programs, we'll go over tonight's late program changes. An 8-race card. The first race kicks off the pick 5, maiden claimers, and in the first race there's a jockey change on number 9, Cherokee Hawk. Make that rider Sonny Leone. Sonny Leone on number 9, Cherokee Hawk in the opener. In the second race, jockey change on number 4, Shape of You. Make that rider Martin Garcia. Martin Garcia on number 4, Shape of You in race 2, which starts the 14% low takeout pick 4. Third race from Turfway Park. Start of the single 6. You're reminded the carryover in the single 6, $10,460. That's a 20-cent base wager. A couple of changes. Scratch number 5, Graham's Revenge. Number 5, Graham's Revenge has been scratched. Late jockey change on number 8, Star Dreamer. Make the rider Gabe Lagunas. Race number 4. Scratch the 3 outside horses. Scratch number 12, Kim Man. Scratch number 13, Strike Quiet. Scratch 14, 13 Roses. Scratch numbers 12, 13, 14. Tonight's 5th race starts the 50-cent late pick 4. Simply scratch the also eligibles number 13, Paint Your Eggs, and number 14, Fred's Country Boy. 13, 14, both scratched from the 5th. No changes in race number 6. If you'll turn your programs to race 7. In the 7th race, draw a line through number 2, Treetop Flyer. Again, 7th race, scratch number 2, Treetop Flyer. Eighth and final race, scratch number 1, Tempesta. Number 1, Tempesta has been scratched. Please be aware the 13, Sky Mike draws in Will Run, and scratch 14, Satchel de Riches. Those are the changes at this time. Any changes coming in throughout the balance of the program, I'll get those to you as they do so. First race up in 25 minutes. Hello once again, ladies and gentlemen. The single 6 carries from the last couple of days. In fact, the first 5 days, we do have a carryover $10,460. That starts in race 3. We got through the first 2 races prior to the break. We'll knock out the final 6 here. Maiden filly, 2-year-olds, 30 down to 20. They'll go a mile. There's a scratch in number 5, Graham's Revenge. And in the third race, I think it's probably just about the 2 horses that are picked in the program as the favorites. I think number 6 and 11 are the 2 horses you can get by there. And number 11, Fireside Kitten, is my top pick. She's a 2-year-old daughter of Kitten's Joy, who raced in a maiden special weight at Keeneland on debut, going a route distance. That was on the turf. She did run the 7th, beat 9 3/4 lengths, but I think she lands in a spot here tonight that is very suitable to her liking. She's, like I said, a daughter of Kitten's Joy out of a Galileo mare. Should it take to the poly track like a duck to water, Ken and Sarah Ramsey sends this one out for trainer Mike Maker, Martin Garcia up top. Also, number 6, Las Ramblas. I think those are the 2 top horses in here, 6-5 on Mike's morning line. This one racing for Gatewood Bells, Hat Creek Racing. Wesley Ward is the conditioner, and Gerardo Corrales, new to the jockey colony tonight, and he has the call. This one is a 2-year-old filly as well, who made her first start, ran 4th, beat 4 lengths, and that was a good quality field at Saratoga, a very loaded race. And then she came back and in State Bred Restricted Company, and she was 4th, beating 4 lengths as well as the second choice, but is another one making a class drop and been training very well here in the Tri-State. Was down at Keeneland, now has been shipped up here the last couple of weeks for her works, and seems to be getting over the track very well. She's my second choice for third. I'm going to go for number 4, Almighty War. I love Joe Deegan, what he does around his barn. He's a very, very good trainer, and when he sends them out, they're always ready, and usually you get a price on Joe Deegan. So I'm going to use number 4, Almighty War. Behind those top 2 choices, both of those should be short prices, and Almighty War 15-1 on the morning line for Julie Burke and Joe Deegan. Don't forget the single six there, $10,460 carryover. In the fourth race, it's a condition claimer to go 5.5 furlongs. We did scratch the 12, 13, and 14. I think this is kind of a wide open race if your budget allows you and you're playing a pick 3, pick 4, or double. You want to add some coverage in this race as well. Hit the all button if you can. I struggled with this race, to be quite honest. I think a number of horses in the race I can make a case for probably is 7 or 8 of the 11 in the race, but I'm using number 6 Montige as my top pick. This is a 7-year-old racing for Marshall Gotze. Malcolm Franklin has the call. Reason I put this one on top, several of the horses I liked all had speed. I thought this one would lay off of them and come close, and Malcolm's a very, very strong finisher, and I think Montige, if he needs any help down through the lane, Malcolm will be able to pick this horse up and carry him home. So that's the reason for me making that one my top choice. For a second, I like number 11, Dujak, Reggie Rodriguez with a victory already on the meeting, and this is another one who I like, making a class drop, Kevin Jimenez, who I got the first watch him ride was here at this meeting, and a couple of races that he's ridden, they've impressed me. He rides very good from the limited number of starters he has, and I'm going to use this horse 6-1 for my second choice. For third, I went for number 4, Nuttin Faster. This is another one making a class drop. Lightly raced, only started 17 times, has 4 wins, 2 seconds, and 1/3. Fernando de la Cruz up top. This is another one I think will stalk the pace. Now, just making the second start off of the layoff, I probably would like this horse going a little bit more ground other than the 5.5, but I think this one will be closing, and Nothing Faster should be part of the exotic 6-11-4 for me in race number 4. Fifth race, a non-3 15-10 claimant event. This is the start of the 50-cent late pick 4. And in this race, I think you maybe could get away with Single and Zing Zang, but I'm going to use Gennaro Garcia's horse as well. Number 5, Zing Zang. 4-year-old Gelderson to tap it now. Steve, his horses haven't been firing very well here at the track. He's just 1 win from, I think, 8 starters, but this one is very well placed and does show a pretty good work here. Most recently, a bullet first of 25, and I think this one will get his barn back in the swing of things here with Martin Garcia, my top pick in the 5th. Number 2, Hinford was claimed last start at Churchill by Gennaro Garcia. Gets a break in weight with 5-pound apprentice Joseph Ramos, who has, I believe, 3 wins at the meeting. Gennaro sitting in second. The trainer standings currently here early on in the meeting with a couple of wins already. This one's 5-2, my second choice. For third, number 8, Valley Cove, Chelsea Cody sends this one out. This is another one making a class drop. Will be stalking the early pace, and it gets 2-time jockey champion Luan Machado up top. 5-8 for me in race number 5. 20 minutes of post for the opener. We look into race number 6. Good allowance event. Non-winners of 3 allowance for the fillies and mares will go on mile 16th. Big purse, $48,500. And this race, I think number 6, Dancing, is the morning line favorite at 3-1. I think this one probably is the best on paper with the numbers wise, whether you use the Briz numbers, the prime powers, or you're a trainer data guy. But Danzig, I think this one stands out for me. Malcolm Franklin rides. Now, has never raced here, but does own a win on the synthetic, and won last start in a really tough race at Churchill and was DQ'd that day, but I think looks to make amends today here in this spot. Now, Profound Legacy is her main opposition. I used her second. She's a 3-year-old daughter of Proud Citizen. Exits a very good third place finish last start at Churchill. Time before was 4th at Keeneland, beaten 3 lengths, and this one is making the first synthetic start for Ian Wilkes and Alvin Jimenez. For third, number 7, is Lessons for Avery. Declan Cannon rides, and this one comes from the barn of Charlie LePresti, who had a bombs away winner last night, had a horse win here in a maiden special weight that blew the tote board up, paid almost $100. So it looks like his barn's clicking right now at the right time, and this one has been training down at Keeneland over the poly down there. So Lessons for Avery never raced here, but does have some experience over it. She's getting over it in the morning anyway. So 6-5-7 in race number 6. 7th race starts a late daily double. It's a 12-5 claimant event to go 5.5 furlongs. Most logical winner of the night for me is in this race, and that's number 5 coming from the barn of Wesley Ward, Hemp Hooray. This one raced 1 time here at Turfway, winning the Animal Kingdom Stakes by almost a dozen lengths, was on the lead throughout, and is dropping to the lowest level in its career. Never seen any horses like these. Has only raced 12 times as a 4-year-old, and is 3 wins at 3 seconds and 1/3. and like I said, making that big sky bomb. Class drop here, Hemp Hipperay in for the 12-5, looks to get it done tonight. My most logical winner on the card. For second, I'm going to use a long shot North Elkhorn. Jimmy Corrigan and Julie Burke team up here for this 5-year-old son of Northern to Fleet. This one will be stalking the pace, and what I liked about this one, not only the 10-1 morning line, but I love that this horse has 2 wins from the track. That's been a trend this meeting. You want to follow along. Horses that's shown they like this track are still getting over it very well. Now, the track was a little bit deeper last night. It looked like it may have been cut a little bit, and the times were a little bit slower, but coming in tonight, it looks like it's been tightened up a little bit. We should see a little bit faster times. North Elkhorn, my second choice in race 7. For third, number 1, Dance Proudly. Now, this one is riding a 2-race win streak, and all he does is win 18 wins from 57 starts. Randy Matthews, very capable trainer, sends this one out for 10-strike racing, and Rodney Prescott up top. This one owns 4 wins from 9 starts on the season, 7 for 9 in the money this year, and is another one taking a sizable class drop. The only knock I have is it has drawn to the inside, and Rodney will have to either send or take back and come around. So Dance Proudly going the 5.5 furlongs. Didn't draw the most advantageous of drawings here with that rail draw, but I am going to use him on the ticket for third. 5-6-1 for me in race number 7. 8th and final was a maiden 2-year-old claimant event, $7,500. It'll go 6.5 furlongs. Numbers 1 and 14 were out. You're reminded the 13 Sky Mike draws in off the also and will run. Number 11, Let Me Lead, class dropping son of Overanalyze, comes from the barn of Andrew McKeever for owner Jack Gary. Declan Cannon rides. Declan very well mounted tonight. And this one is making a class drop. Was the beaten favorite last start at Churchill when making a first start off a brief freshening, just about 35 days, and was 6 beaten 11 lengths. Drops in for the $7,500 and is the morning line favorite, deservedly so, at 4-1. For second, I'm going to go for a Wesley Award first, third, number 5, Modern Day Drifter, son of Tail the Cat, training right here. Last 4 works have came over this surface, and Gerardo Corrales has the call. Now, number 6, 5 Burrows. This is one I found interesting. Jason Cook is a very good trainer, and right towards the end of the meet at Churchill, Jason had a couple horses in the same day and almost popped with both of them at big numbers, and I'm going to try to catch him again today. Probably won't be a big number in this race, but number 6, 5 Burrows is 5-1. This one ran on debut at Indiana Downs early on in August, but made in special weight. Kind of showed a little bit of speed, wasn't too far off the pace, was 6, about 3 1/4 lengths at first call. Ended up running 7th, beating 10 lengths. That was a very good field. Woo Pig Suey from the John Ortiz barn won that day. Drops in for the 75. Ran against Sky Mike in there. Sky Mike, who's drawn in off the also 4-1. And this horse, I think, with a little more training now, takes a class drop. The horse is seasoned. And Jason always enters this horse where he knows he has the best shot to win. And 5 Burrows, 5-1 is a must use for me in the 8th and final. 11-5-6 for me in race number 8. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that's how I see him for this 8-race card here on Thursday at Turfway Park. Don't forget the single 6 starting in race 3. Big carryover, $10,460, 20-cent base wager. You want to get involved. First post in 15 minutes. Good luck.